Welcome to the fun bit. You have some idea of what Foresight is about, but the best way to really understand it is to get stuck in. You're not going to need much more than a pen and paper, but to prepare yourself mentally, let's remind ourselves of the rules of brainstorming. Okay, they're more like anti-rules. Basically, don't put restrictions on your thinking and trust the process. The first exercise is a context map. A context map will help you generate ideas by identifying 8 core dimensions of your current problem or opportunity space. We talked briefly about systems thinking in the introduction, and the context map will help you form a picture of the parts of the system interacting with your main issue or interest area. For example, you might want to start with getting a better understanding of the innovation ecosystem or the small business landscape. In this exercise, we'll look at entrepreneurial resilience. To get going, all you need is a piece of paper and some pens. Okay, we're going to kickstart our thinking with a context map. We start with a context map because it helps us to better understand the problem before we go into solution mode. Draw a circle in the middle of your piece of paper. And in this circle, put the key issue that we want to understand better. In this case, entrepreneurial resilience. Right. You're going to draw 8 petals. You can see this looks a little bit like a flower already. 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't have to look perfect. This is a brainstorm after all. But we do 8 petals because it's not too many and not too few. You'll see what I mean when we get started. Now, what we're going to do is think of a topic that relates to entrepreneurial resilience and write it down in one of the petals. Well, one of the things that we know is very useful in protecting against shocks is money. Finance. Okay, but what about finance? You'll need systems so that you know what's going on. But you also need to be flexible, creative about finding new revenue streams. Let's call that agility. You need financial systems and agility to be more resilient. Now, you can see it takes a little while to get going with the thinking. And I'm assuming that you're doing this exercise by yourself. But if you're doing it with a team, you might want to give people a few minutes to write down some words or concepts that come to them before they share them with the group. So, here's an idea I got from a team member. One that I hadn't thought of myself. Opportunity scanning. This is about entrepreneurs being able to find and act on new opportunities. I'm going to put it in its own petal. Okay, let me think of a few more. How about knowledge and resources? Entrepreneurs need these to understand when opportunities are good and to prep their businesses to go in new directions. So I put knowledge and resources in its own petal. And I can put this to one side because we've already captured that. Knowledge and resources. This is sparking a few further thoughts for me, like where would an entrepreneur access these in an entrepreneurial ecosystem? Well, through incubators, where they might get some training in space. So I'm going to write this over here, make a few notes next to it. Now, it's perfectly okay to do this. Your context map is a thinking tool, not a form to be filling in, so use it that way. I'm thinking a bit more. I'm thinking about accelerators. These are for growth stage businesses. And they might give entrepreneurs access to some funding, which is great. They love that. Next. Well, we know that a lot of what makes entrepreneurs so tough and able to bounce back is that they won't give up. It's their own grit and perseverance. But something I've noticed from my experience is that entrepreneurs need mentorship and coaching to help them build entrepreneurial resilience. You know how they are. They can burn out because they don't actually ask for help. So let's put here mentorship and coaching. So that's from my experience. I've been running a lot of programs doing this. And I know that it helps. But what about something that's not really from my experience? Let me think about that. I know that in other entrepreneurial ecosystems, this is really important. I've read a lot about it on the internet, and it's a harder thing to build than one would think. And can you guess what it is? Networks. Networks are really, really important for entrepreneurial resilience, people to reach out to, people to help with opportunities. That's good. There's 2 more left though. Now you'll notice that you'll probably think of the first few ideas quite quickly, but you'll need to expand your thinking to fill the last couple of petals. That's why 8 is not too many and not too few. Now let me think about this more from an entrepreneur's perspective. In the last program that I ran, I noticed that a lot of the participants were saying that tools and templates, things like cash flow forecasts or project management software, these were really, really important in helping them respond quickly to opportunities or to shocks and knocks. So tools and templates has come through, something from entrepreneurs themselves as an issue. But we need to think beyond the obvious for this last one, I think. Okay, this may seem a bit strange, but if there's one rule about brainstorming, it's that nothing is too crazy. So I'm going to put it in. Support. They need support from their families. And actually, I think that they need support more broadly, a kind of emotional support. Let's put that here. So support is really, really important. It's one of the 8 important things. And can I add anything else here? I've filled all my petals, so I think let's see if any of these things connect up. Well, we did say that they wanted tools and templates. These entrepreneurs needed tools and templates. And this is really important. Financial systems are important. So like cash flow, great budgeting. This emotional support was really interesting. And I mean, is there a way for that to happen in a mentorship and coaching capacity to help build entrepreneurs' grit and perseverance so that they can push through? Well, let me just say this. You can keep making notes and drawing connections as you develop your thinking. There's lots more that can be added in here, but I think this is fine for now. It's given me some fresh thoughts and perspectives. It's something that I can stick up on a wall and keep thinking about. And it's a really useful conversation starter to share with my team. Now, I've taken you through this exercise very quickly. Your brainstorm will probably take about half an hour, but I'm pretty sure this has given you a good summary. So go ahead and give it a go.